Welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining me today. Kamala Harris decided to go ahead and finally do a sit-down interview with a major media outlet, which was CNN in this case. And CNN agreed to do a taped interview, which they have refused to go ahead and actually, the interview lasted for 41 minutes, and they only aired 19 of it, which begs to the question, what happened to the rest of it? Why was that not included with the rest of the interview? I'm sure because it was horrible and they only gave you the best stuff, and the best stuff was absolutely terrible. Just as you would expect it. If you followed Kamala Harris at all at any point within the last 8 years, you would know Kamala Harris is one of the dumbest individuals in politics today. And when pressed about answering questions, she has no answers. She gives you a word salad. She doesn't give you specifics. She doesn't give you policy. She doesn't tell you how it's going to be accomplished, because it's all supposed to be about joy and voting for her because she's black and she's a woman. And these are first things that would happen in the world or in the country. So in this softball interview, she was terrible anyway. She was terrible even with a friendly reporter giving her the most basic softball question. First question Donald Trump would sit down with would be, why are you a white supremacist? Would be the first question, right? For her is, what would you do in the first day of office as president? That literally, that was the first question. And we're about to look at the terrible answer she gives, obviously, here to CNN in this interview. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Here in Georgia, you have less time to make your case to voters than any candidate in modern American history. The voters are really eager to hear what your plans are. If you are elected, what would you do on day one in the White House?
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you, first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward.
She pretends like she isn't in the White House right now. I think people need a new way forward. Yeah, they do. They don't want you guys. They don't want Biden or Kamala at all. You are not the new way forward. You are the status quo. Anyway, let's keep going.
In a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism. I think, sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and in an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans.
Democrats, along with Kamala Harris, have been in the White House for 12 out of the last 16 years. But yet, the 4 years President Trump was in office, that's where it all went wrong, right? Absolute frauds these people are. Sorry. Let's keep going.
Really dividing our nation. And I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
So what would you do day one?
Day one, it's going to...
She has to ask the question again because she didn't answer it the first time.
Going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard, which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods, what we're going to do to invest in America's small businesses.
Bring down the cost of everyday goods, the everyday goods that you help increase across the country the last 4 years. You're going to help bring them down now. You're such a liar.
We're going to do to invest in families. For example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life, to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib. There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
And she absolutely didn't tell you a single thing. Absolutely. What a terrible interview. These reporters are absolute hacks. People over at CNN and other places, mainstream media, they're absolute hacks. Nobody's willing to ask a tough question, because the follow-up question should have been from that point. Well, again, what will you do day one? Because obviously you did not answer anything. You didn't give me anything specific for the voters to hear. You just gave me platitudes. Absolutely embarrassing. What a terrible interview for Kamala Harris anyway. This is why they were trying to continue to hide her away. The odds after this interview of her trying to get out of the upcoming debate with Trump has skyrocketed even higher. And of course, with CNN refusing to release the unedited interview, tells me all I need to know about how terrible she actually did during the entire sit down. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, you guys follow me on all my social media, all linked in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great